DC's restaurant.
Okay, now that's the one at Cross Springs.
Yeah.
Now, DC started with a little restaurant just west of Opelousas. You know where that road goes off to Prairie Lawn or something like that? There used to be one that they had there when they first came in from Baja.
So they had to move when I-10 came in because they knew 190 would die, right?
Yeah, that blew up. Does anybody remember that it blew
Oh, I
up?
didn't know.
The one in Cross Springs, oh yeah.
Yes, some kind of sort of
On the very-
gas explosion.
It
Gas
grew up
tank.
under very interesting circumstances.
Yeah.
What decade was that it blew up?
It blew up sometime around the early 80s.
Yeah.
84,
I-
85.
I was here already then. It was in the 80s then.
The man
Oh, yeah,
who
that
had
was-
it had his kids at Cherry Street. He had guns in his car.
This is DC Pontiac on Lantry Street
Yeah,
near the tracks.
that's right. Across from Cass's Law, side of Cass's Law. And then it's closed now, but somebody had some tire place there.
The three DC brothers, Frank, Cyril, and JC, are the authorized dealers for Cadillac and Pontiac. One of my Saison relatives from Port Barry, Dr. J.P. Saison in 1909. I know I have, in my genealogy, there was a Saison who married a Saison, and I don't really know where he fits in, but they were from the Port Barry area, and it says in the article that he was too. Then he moved to Opelousas.
And his home is still here. It's on Market Street, and it's a large home, and they've painted it brown and white and something else. But it used to be across the street from the side of where the shoot home was, and the shoot home burned down. So there's a Hayes Hirsch office, and then that beautiful lot, and then across from that is the old Saison home, Dr. Saison.
A frame house, is that right?
It's a large frame house, interesting architecture. And one of the doors, you have to duck to go under it. They didn't plan something there.
So this is Dr. J.P. Saison on the left in his buggy. He had 9 teams of thoroughbred trotting horses.
Whoa.
Is that the house you think that's in the background that you see? Think that would be his?
Could be. Everybody had fences around their house. I don't know whether it was to keep kids in or keep horses out.
This was Dunbar's on the bottom floor on the right side.
They rented the facilities there before she moved to Landry Street.
Is that where
she-
Riseman was?
Next to Rosman's is that little empty building there that some churches painted its advertising on. But they rented a space there. Now, I want you to look at that place that has the white thing around it.
The balcony.
Okay,
The balcony here?
okay. Mr. Ed Estorge had his office there, and the Hobbies had their office there. But right along here, if you look, there's a wire that goes along there. And the reason they put that wire there, and it's still there, the gentlemen would gather after work at 5 for a little libation. And somebody almost fell and killed himself. So then above that rod, they put this wire around it so
Beautiful.
if you were tipsy, you didn't tip over. The wire is still there. You can go see it. Yes, ma'am.
In that picture, where would the old library be? There was a two-room library.
Okay.
Right along there.
The library, that's Bellevue Street, and that's Lawyers Road.
Yes.
The library, when I was a child in the Dark Ages, was in the City Hall, which is that little old hall. And then later on, the city allowed the Women's Club to build on the next block down underneath the water tower.
No, there was a little library.
There
that
was.
there. Miss Jones was a librarian. Exactly. It was 2 rooms.
Well, they used
And it fronted on Bellevue Street.
They had it for a while after they had to move out of the city hall, and before that, the next building was made. And then Cornel Hayes had a drugstore along there.
Elbow Room. I remember hearing about it.
Yeah,
It
In
was
the
so-
Waldorf Hotel.
Oh, yeah,
That's
my
right.
daddy worked at the Waldorf Hotel.
yeah. And my Uncle Gene owned the elbow room.
And it was just big enough to get your elbow. It was little.
It was
Says
the
Lloyd,
last thing in the world you should have owned.
Lloyd J. Bruce, owner.
Oh, Father Raymond.
Okay, it says Father Gilbert Raymond, pastor of St. Landry Church in the mid-1800s. He enlarged the church, built in 1828. He started the first parochial schools for whites and one for blacks, brought nuns in who founded the school for girls, which became Academy of the Immaculate Conception, AIC.
And they celebrating their what, 100? No, it's
It's an ash.
Ash is 170. But I believe they had that.
They had one. They had one.
They had an anniversary not too long ago.
Yes.
That was,
For those that don't know, he's buried in front of the altar
yeah.
in St. Landry Church.
There was 2 graves down
It's
right
actually 4.
forward,
There's
Yeah.
he and Father John Ingrink are buried in front of the altar.
right?
About halfway up is Michelle Prudhomme and Father Buho.
That's the
But
one
they're
that they
covered up.
covered with the carpet.
Right.
Oh, yes.
So
Keep
when
it
they
warm.
renovate and get rid of that old carpet, we hope to go to see.
This is something you don't see much. Fontenoy is tailored seat covers.
covers.
Get your seats recovered.
Seat covers.
Way down on West Landry. That's right.
Daddy
Now,
would-
if your seats are bad, just go get another car.
That's right. Yeah.
Like they were fresh shoes.
Shoe repair, right? No more of that.
Okay, this building right here, see right here on the top left? That was the original Black Shears grocery store on the bottom. Okay? And then when they, Bordelon got it and made it into the garage.
That
This-
became St. Landry's Supply.
Yeah. And this is 1916.
And on the south side of it, there was a fire door, and the fire escape came down. And when I was a child in the dark ages, in order for the children of the town not to be too destructive, some of the city leaders got together and had a big Halloween party. And they would have games and all of that. Now, when they first had it, it was just for the boys. And so some of the girls did a little damage. So then they finally learned and they had it for boys and girls. But up on that, when you would come out of that top door from that second floor, I can remember the Sastre sisters singing. There was Lillian and
Yeah, June.
June, and there was Ethelyn, and Ethelyn was the one that said she could hit every note, including those between the 2 notes. But they would get people to come and entertain.
If you point your cursor on the lower picture where the SO sign is, way to the left, okay, that building, that's the same as that building in the upper, the way that's the same building.
This here?
The black shirt.
Same building.
You can see that it's the same building.
Okay.
And then Bordelon, they added all this, so look where that sign is up on above Bordelon Motor Company.
Yeah.
On that wall was where the fire escape came out on that. And so there was a huge lot on the side.
All right.
Very good.
Here's a close-up view.
They used to make pretty buildings.
Now, this is the Morning Veg Jewelry Emporium in Opelousas.
Oh yeah, they like that word.
The 1925 Model T sales force of
Sales force.
Bordelon Ford. We got Bordelon, Guillory, a Capel, and a McClellan in the front there.
Mr. O.H. McClellan had a Texaco station later on Landry Street at the corner of Union.
Mr. Ose Bordelon, I've heard that name.
Jose and Martin and Avi were all brothers.
Avi was
And Avi took over Chevrolet, and Jose and Martin took the Ford from their father, and then Mr. Martin bought out Mr. Jose.
Here's an article on that. An excursion, a popular form of diversion. This was July or August 1908.
It looks kind of top heavy.
Hang on for your life.
Hang on.
You got that right.
Abra.
Keyboard.
Abra.
I think it's
No.
supposed to be Abra and left it on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Louis Joseph Francois Robin, ancestor on my maternal grandmother's side. He married Marie Emily Stelly, ancestor on my maternal grandfather's side. And the next photo shows his wife holding my ancestor, Theodule Robin.
And his old home is still there, isn't it?
That's what I was told.
The old
Yeah,
Robin
it's
home?
still there.
On the Leonville Road.
It's on the
Yes, Myra lived there for a while. She used to belong to this group, right at Robin's Bridge. Now, those pictures that you see there, one of them burned, but June Chauvin, her mother was a Richard, Dr. Richard's daughter, and they had inherited, I believe, 3 of the Robin family pictures. And 1 or 2 of them burned, but they had taken photographs of them so that she had the burned ones recreated by an artist from the pictures that they had.
Did she give us her book? Did she donate her book with the whole? Because she gave a little meeting one day. And she had...
June Watley?
No, Myra.
Oh, Myra,
And
yes.
she had the whole...
But that's not the one who had the paintings.
okay.
This was June, who lived on Lander Street. The lot, the big empty lot next to the downtown. It used to be the inn, and now it's that home, New Life Center or something.
This is like others here. As you're heading east through Port Barry, as you come in, is it on the north side? Or
It's on the
south?
north side.
North side?
Across from where First Federal is, that was the lot where the Richard home was.
What about the old Robin place?
Oh no, the Robin place is in the country.
So you
It's
would have to go south.
it's on. Is it between Leonville and Arnville?
Between Leonville and Olliville.
And it's called Bush something Road or something.
No,
No, that's before that.
It's
No,
right
that's-
on that road.
Okay, go through, if you know how to get to Leonville, and you know how to get to Arneville from Leonville, it'll be on your, if you're headed from Leonville to Arneville, the bayou will be on your right, and this will be there's a place they call Robin's Bridge. There will be, I think there's still a bridge.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
the beautiful will be on your left, and it's looking very bad.
beautiful
She was
big.
supposed to invite us to go. She
Yes.
was going to take...
Well,
She passed away.
Yes.
I've got the newspaper clipping about the story.
beautiful big oak trees in the yard and an old
And a
barn
lot
to
of
the
trash
side.
now.
Very badly.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a house that belonged to his 3rd wife, I believe, married Therese Berthelot.
But her husband lives in the house, and the son.
I thought they'd sold it.
Oh, really?
I thought,
She had a rent house on the street.